All right, welcome back to JC Tasic Bowling. I'm JC Tasic, and I'm here at Whitmore Lanes in Whitmore Lake, Michigan. Today we're going to talk oil patterns. So there's three main factors that you want to take in consideration when you're looking at bowling on a new oil pattern. One would be length, that's how far down in feet the oil goes. The other would be volume, how much oil we're putting on the lane, and the other would be ratio, how sloped it is in the middle compared to on the edges. Most house shots are going to have very little oil on the gutter and a bunch in the middle, and it's going to be the opposite on a sports shot where you're going to have a lot of hook in the middle and no hook on the gutters. Today I got 4 shots out here on 4 different lanes, and I'm going to explain how I like to break down pair when I'm practicing and how I like to evaluate what I'm bowling on when I'm bowling on it. So I got a couple of different balls at a couple of different surfaces. We're going to try a couple of different lines, and we're going to try to get lined up on 4 different patterns really quickly. So here's how I do it. All right, let's get started. Start with our urethane ball, a lot of surface on it. You know we got a sports shot. Let's look about 12 to 7, see what it looks like. I got that one down to 4, but it looked pretty good. Now let's see what happens if I get it to the right a little quicker. Okay, so now we know we have out of bounds. You can't go right of 4, and I don't think we can go left of 10 either. Try to get this one in a little more, play it a little more trapped. Let's say like probably more like 14 to 10. That one ran away on me. That tells me this is definitely a sports shot. We have no oil in the middle and we have oil on the outsides. And that my shot that I'm going to need to hit is right around second arrow, and it's got to get to the right early, but it can't get to the right, you know, at like 35 feet. It's got to be before 40 though. So I'll throw one more confirmation shot. We'll go like same thing, like 12 to 6, 12 to 7. Make sure I'm lined up on this lane. I'd be okay with that. I would be okay with that. Second oil pattern. Similar type of thing. I'm going to be looking between second and third arrow when I start. We're going to get it out to like 6. Just your basic sports shot with urethane. Just a general middle of the road. You know, give me a good guess. Do I have out of bounds? Do I not have out of bounds? Do I have a ton of free hook? That tells me this pattern's longer. Threw in the same spot and had no get up. So actually it's the opposite. We know we have out of bounds to the right, opposite of what it normally is on a house shot. Let's move in to where that desert is in the middle of the lane. So instead of going 3 and 2 right like I normally would on a house shot, I'm going to go 3 and 2 left. Get out of the oil that's on the gutter. That tells me I need more ball. I don't like getting left of 15 with urethane and still not carrying and leaving lazy 5s. So that tells me I got to ball up, I got to use reactive, that this pattern's definitely over 40 feet and there's out of bounds. So I don't think I can get it right of 8. Probably close to like 42 feet it feels like. Wasn't too big of a bounce off the middle of the lane though. Switching to a reactive ball. Throw the Hustle Ink now instead of that Red IQ urethane. And now we're going to look about probably 16 to 9. Just see what a reactive ball looks like. Way better shape. Way nicer with that reactive ball. This pattern feels a little bit softer, but it's a little bit longer than the first pattern. Throw one more confirmation shot. Beautiful. Benchmark ball 16 to 9. Tells me it's about 40-ish feet. It's not short, it's not too long, not too strong of a ball. But it is a sport shot. Okay. Same thing with pattern 3 over here. We're going to throw this Red IQ in between second and third arrow, get out to like the 6th board, and we're going to see if we have free hook or out of bounds. Out of bounds. Similar to the shot on 2, it's definitely longer. We're gonna get this one to the right earlier in case it's a short pattern. So yeah, let's just get it to the right quicker. Let's say like 7 to 4. See if that gets up. Still didn't get up. It tells me there's out of bounds. Right of 5. I'll move in off of it. Even though I don't think the shot in is gonna hook, this will just help me determine whether or not it's a house shot or a sports shot. Right now it feels like a sports shot. If this hooks a ton in the middle, it's probably a sports shot. I didn't throw that good. I got that out in the hun there. Let's switch to reactive. So we know we have Hain around 6, 7, 8. Try to get this one in a little more and trap it. Lane 3 likes it when you trap it a little more anyways. A little less free hook than lanes 1 and 2, just topography of the center. Reactive ball now. That head motion, we can move right off that. This pattern's longer. It's probably the longest pattern. Relatively soft, not as soft as the second one. Doesn't feel like it. Feels like I should ball up because I was in the right part of the lane and it never recovered. So we're gonna go into a bigger engine now. So go from a symmetric to an asim. Get that course started a couple feet sooner. That one got out to the right, I missed to the right, and it way overhooked. So that tells me it's super soft. We're not bowling on a sport shot right here. It's just a little longer. Which means I can get deep and play the middle of the lane and belly it. We got to use the middle of the lane and trap it. Remember, I'm on lane 3. The topography doesn't like to be used on the gutter. It likes to be used more in the middle of the lane. Beautiful. All right, now pattern number 4. Same as the other 3. We're going to start off red IQ between second and third arrow and see what it looks like. Get out to like 6. Wow. I threw that terribly. I got it way in and it held there. So that tells me that there's oil on the inside of the lane. And there's hook on the outside of the lane, so from one shot I can automatically tell I'm on a house shot. So I don't want to throw urethane on house. I can tell right away. Yeah, I could throw one more shot just to be sure. We want to see this one hook a bunch from right to left. If it hooks a bunch, we know we don't have a ton of oil on the gutter. We got a crossover, so we got a house shot. House shot, we can use a house shot ball. Guys, hustling. Play like third-ish arrow. From like 16 down to 9. See what that looks like. Got a little bit of hook in the middle of the lane. I missed that one in. I had hook missing in. So that means I got to move in, but stay balled down. Because if I moved in and I balled up, that would be pointless. It would still overhook. We're on lane 3. I left that 2-4-10 combo. It underhooked. There I left a 3-10-7, 3-4-7-10. That tells me I overhooked. When I overhook, I don't want to ball up. I just want to move. And we know we want to move left because we want to find more oil. And we had a shot where there was a ton of oil in the middle of the lane. So let's go find that ton of oil in the middle of the lane. Between those two. There we had underhook. That tells me we're way too deep to start. Way too deep. So I'll actually ball down to this IQ and I'll stand where I was standing with my hustle. That's a lot closer. That's a lot closer. Now off that light 10, I like to move one right and an inch back with my feet. This tells me it's a house shot, but it's a shorter house shot from what I can see. Because we are hooking off the gutter when we throw it good, and we are getting a hold in the middle when we throw it good. So we'll go one right, one back, throw it good. Still move off that.